with regards to Ghana's absence and their favourites for 2025 AFCON. Come with me, let's hear what Ghanaians have to say about the AFCON.
I'll say it's quite disappointing because when we are talking about football, you are looking at some of the countries playing the AFCON. Some of the countries that are not up to our level in terms of football, but it's rather unfortunate that we couldn't make it. Because we were all anticipating that we could see our team playing in the AFCON and also in the World Cup, but we couldn't make it to the AFCON. We've made it to the World Cup, so at least that one we'll manage. But not forgetting, we are still disappointed. We didn't make it to the AFCON.
So, talking of disappointment, would you put the blame on the coach or the players? Where do you think the problem lies?
As for the blame, everyone is to blame. From the coach, from the staff to the players, everyone, because it's a team effort. The coach does his part, and it's up to the players also to do their part. So as for that one, I can't put the blame on anyone too specific. It's for the team as a whole.
There are some countries going in as favorites: Morocco, Egypt, Senegal, Nigeria. Which team do you pick as a favorite and why?
As for me, I'll pick Morocco. And as of why, because of the profiles of some of their players, and you see, a lot of their players are playing in major leagues in Europe. So that one they will say Morocco, because looking at the likes of Ashraf Hakimi, although he's not making it, looking at the likes of El Kabi, I know maybe like Brahim Diaz, a lot of them. So as for them, and for them too, they are also looking for a host and win opportunity. So I'm sure Morocco. Then I'll say on top of my list is Morocco, then Ivory Coast, they're the first champions. As second, then let me say Nigeria. The team I'm tipping to win is still Morocco. Although Nigeria also has top players like Victor Osimhen, Chukwueze and the likes, I still tip Morocco to win.
Ghana no qualify for the AFCON. What was the feeling? You go watch or you no go watch? Then what you go talk about the team?
Yo, big man, Charlie. My interest no day inside though. Yeah, well, so Ghana no qualify, no AFCON for us that. But we sure we go the World Cup so. Vim did the World Cup side. So fast for the AFCON, yeah, one no day. We no go watch. Or you go watch.
Maybe. So the interest, the blame, you go put them on the coaches or the players, depending on how we perform for the qualifiers, the AFCON qualifiers.
Because me and I say Ghana we no get coach, so you know if you put them for coach.
You get Otuado, so why you talk say you no get coach?
Otuado, you don't say that be coach like that, big man. Otuado and I be Dortmund scout, right? Yeah, so Otuado no be big coach that you go put in for top. Just me I go blame the players because I think I've played ball, I've like a ball before. Okay. So sometimes you just need to win games for yourself. Maybe sometimes tactics do not work. So yes, the blame and will go everybody them our body. Everybody. Even we Ghanaians, they blame for go our body. Because sometimes you just they criticize players. Maybe they go give these players more chance, then you know say that they perform there, they will give them pressure and all those stuff. That's why so the blame self they all of us our body. Yeah.
But Otuado, we check like you dey underrate them small, but if the same Otuado you no qualify for AFCON, you dey qualify for World Cup, a whole World Cup.
But so still maybe know the inside. We I don't say that they like Otuado personally, but I get nothing against them. Me personally, I be Arsenal fan, so me I know say that get interest for Otuado inside. Maybe different coach there. That will be my view.
Okay, so we get big teams for the AFCON inside. Egypt, Morocco, Senegal, Nigeria. Which team be your favorites and why you think say them go win?
Oh, me that's for Nigeria. Inshallah, them for no win. They for no win. Why? I believe they can win and they go bantas. They have banter those egg nations, that jollof and all those stars and everything. Me personally, I want to make this one win. The host they shall
Morocco.
Yeah, make Morocco win. Either way.
Ghana anchor AFCON. Why drink Chinese and Black Stars?
I drink Jemmy. Omo nyade inti na omo ntumi ankobi. Omo suban. Imagine nyame. Imagine so omo nyade.
And I see you qualify for World Cup. Still now, UGD say.
wake up no mo kono biala eno mo kwakọ yibi o mo ko yibi no mo san ba na ni ye no mo ne wa so abo mo dia prepare ma nyakopon kwa na ebo mo am qualify so wa hwebo
GD say team ni performance
team mo nya papa team say do ni o ntem na nkasa mo nya papa ye ya ni coach ye so ye ni players
otu ado dia ko
wa wonye papa biasa masa wonye papa biasa mini me chesa me mpe ball mini bobo papa ma bobo adaguda edu ba bi no sare ya me mpe wo mo nya de ade ntina ka eja mo ball ko hwe wo mo ko hwe so ka nya de abrofo ball na je say ye nya de
nti AFCON no Egypt Morocco ni ade wo mo na ko hwan na ojidi so betumi
Egypt Morocco dey say Morocco and Egypt o mo tuna bo mo modern
Morocco a host nation ojidi so betumi
o mo tuna bo mo modern Egypt betumi afa Morocco betumi afa o mo de o mo mehwe bi o mo nti Ghana nkan ko mehwe bi asa ankofo ntam
oh really oh o mama pa de anke o se
catch o say Ghana ayefo bo mempe nti jeze onso bi sa me Morocco for e be eni je bi ne yi na matumi hu se Morocco na Egypt mbo na jeze o mo bo am akọ bi oh yeah o mo ba mehwe bi yo me ka se na o mo Ghana for bo na me manage o mo so pe kitare na edi ba ko o hwe bo na me sum na me hwe bi I say yete won me hwe bi ketwa so pa kitare na wa na me mo de ko to no hwe na kitare faso bi ene so Ghana bo
nti sisi na wo hwe na wo jaye ana se it's the same because say you can so mo nya de no as a qualify matches no kwase wan hwe bi ana
dabi o me ba me pon a me kwa mo mfa me ntini me kwa makoda say yes Ghana for na ebu ntimi nkunya daje nse metam bra dabi o me obi sa me black kura woni bra no ko o se bo Ghana bo na so me de me pekura na wa ko
okay incident na wo hwa e betumi aya nka e de sa odo no wo Ghana fo betumi aba Black Stars no then ye change coach players no na dem pa na wo hwe senka ye
wo be ye ade foforo bia ho wo ya ade foforo bia na je so mo gutim no
o mo gutim ni na
mo nyina no mo de new place o mo atombo say selection ya kokora ne ye hye e be na afa
ba Semenyo kudu so mo ye big players
Semenyo no kra ma hwe no da kokora de ne ha me ko hwe ne bo wa ototo papa so na nyebo woni so bobo bebrebe
ba so ba Ghana no but club side
how is the team spirit right now both the same question for both
yeah good morning everybody we are happy to be here and before that I give you an answer for this question. I want to say thank you to the welcoming of the people of Morocco. To say thank you to the people who work for the CAF for the welcoming. Everybody that take care of us. So we are very happy about that. So I would like once again to say thank you. For this game, we are very happy to be here. This is a big game because this is the first game of the AFCON for us, and the first game is very important every time. So we are happy to play this game here in Fes, and for sure we want to win this game.
Thank you, Wilfred.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having us. As the coach has said, the spirit in the camp is very high, very energized. This game is very important for us. It's the game that sets the momentum. So the guys are really ready. Everyone is ready, from the players to the staff, and everyone is really focused on this game, which is very important. So it is a game that we are well prepared to win. Thank you.
Thank you. Giving the floor to the media. If you have a question, raise your hand first and wait for the microphone. Okay, we start here, like in the back. The seated Mr. Yeah.
C'est une question en français pour Monsieur Shell.
Vous pouvez vous présenter le nom, l'organisation.
Thomas Saint-Léger de RFI. À titre personnel, on vous avait laissé effondrer en Côte d'Ivoire après l'élimination du Mali en quart de finale. Dans quel état d'esprit vous retrouvez la CAN et qu'est-ce que ça change d'arriver à la tête d'une équipe qui fait partie des favoris? En français, s'il vous plaît.
Personnellement, encore une fois, je suis très content d'être ici. Personnellement, parce que comme vous l'avez dit, ma première CAN, elle s'est soldée par une belle défaite en quart de finale. Moi, je suis très content d'être ici parce que je vais avoir une opportunité sur un plan personnel de progresser en termes de résultats. Et
Good morning, coach. Good morning.
That's all about Ghana news, but
Well, you-
club side no, oh yeah, they pa. Manchester City near the no more in happen. United.
ɛhɔ no onim deɛ ɔnya no hɔ
Okay.
ɛna onim deɛ ohu sɛ Ghana nso deɛ hwɛ wie kora egbe kora different wom wokɔ Egypt a ɔmo awi a
yeah, good morning. Good morning, everybody. We are happy to be here. And before that, I give you an answer for this question. I want to say thank you to the welcoming of the people of Morocco. To say thank you to the people who work for the CAF for the welcoming. Everybody that take care of us. So we are very happy about that. So I would like once again to say thank you. For this game, we are very happy to be here. This is a big game because this is the first game of the AFCON for us, and the first game is very important every time. So we are happy to play this game here in Fes, and for sure we want to win this game.
Thank you, Wilfred.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having us. As the coach has said, the spirit in the camp is very high, very energized. This game is very important for us. It's the game that sets the momentum. So the guys are really ready. Everyone is ready, from the players to the staff, and everyone is really focused on this game, which is very important. So it is a game that we are well prepared to win. Thank you.
Thank you. Giving the floor to the media. If you have a question, raise your hand first and wait for the microphone. Okay, we start here, like in the back. The seated Mr. Yeah.
C'est une question en français pour Monsieur Schell.
Vous pouvez vous présenter le nom, l'organisation.
Thomas Saint-Léger de RFI. À titre personnel, on vous avait laissé effondrer en Côte d'Ivoire après l'élimination du Mali en quart de finale. Dans quel état d'esprit vous retrouvez la CAN et qu'est-ce que ça change d'arriver à la tête d'une équipe qui fait partie des favoris? En français, s'il vous plaît.
Personnellement, encore une fois, je suis très content d'être ici. Personnellement, parce que comme vous l'avez dit, ma première CAN, elle s'est soldée par une belle défaite en quart de finale. Moi, je suis très content d'être ici parce que je vais avoir une opportunité sur sur un plan personnel de progresser en termes de résultats. Et c'est mon ambition aujourd'hui. Bien sûr, ça fait plaisir d'être avec une grande équipe d'un grand pays. Et bien sûr, il y a beaucoup de pression sur cette mission. Mais comme toujours, je suis focalisé sur mes joueurs, sur mon groupe et sur mon staff technique. Donc, beaucoup d'ambition sur cette CAN, mais beaucoup d'ambition sur ce premier match, d'abord. Donc, voilà, je me sens bien et je suis très motivé. Donc, et je suis prêt, comme le capitaine l'a dit, je suis prêt à entrer dans cette compétition.
Merci. Next question. Here, sorry. Very back.
Good morning, Ibrahim Mohammed from DBC News. There's speculation in some quarters, Coach, that your future with the team is tied to success in this tournament. How true is that?
Since I took this job, every time my life with this team, every time is maybe after this game it's finished. So, like I said just earlier, I'm only focused about the game, my players, my official. So we have a game, and I want to stay focused about this game. And after the AFCON, yeah, for sure, we will have a meeting with my FA. So we'll talk about everything. But now, this is not the moment to ask to your question. I prefer to ask to the question about the game, the tournament, the players, and our game project. So we stay focused on that. We stay focused on the first game, because this is the most important game right now, to come in this tournament, to show our ambitions. And after we have the time to talk about everything.
All right, a quick one for Captain. Being your first major assignment as captain, how's the pressure? Any?
To be honest, there's no pressure because I've got senior players in the team helping out with the help of the coach, the staff, the manager, the staff. There's no pressure at all because I've been here. We've been seeing the system, learning from the former captain, Chuster Kong. So there's no pressure at all.
Question?
Good morning, Coach. My name is Mike for 54 Football X. Good to see you again after our meeting at the last CHAN. For this game, for this tournament, you are missing Benjamin Frederick and the now retired William Troost-Ekong. Does the defense give you worry? And with just less than 24 hours or more, do you have your preferred defensive options as it stands? Also in mind, there is no Olaino.
So no, I'm not worried. I'm trusting my guy. So, of course, I prefer that all of these guys are here, but now I'm with my guy. I'm trust in them so much. We have a big defense. We work a lot about that. So now we are focused about, like I said, our grand project. And when you want to defend, this is not only a question about only the defender, but a question about all the players on the pitch. So everybody is focused on that, for sure. And yeah, definitely we are ready to play this game again. So in my mind, not now. I can tell you who is the player, who are the player who played this game, because I don't want first. And the second, we have a last training session today to work on it.
Take one question in the back.
Hi, Coach. Timothy Dembo from Nigeria, Elevated TV Sports. Looking at recent games, the one against DR Congo at the World Cup qualifier, and the recent one against Egypt, It looks like we are being outrun in midfield all the time, and it looks like there's not been any solution for it. As you come up against Tanzania tomorrow, what is that thing that you feel like we can do so that we don't get outrun in midfield? Because it looks like that's a problem for us.
Okay, no, this is your feeling, but I don't feel something like that. You don't know what happened in Egypt because we arrived late, maybe one day before the game. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, is that a problem? Because if you don't have some player to play, how can you play? Because this is a very big problem. Yeah. Yeah, but you know, it's difficult because you have your feeling and you have your vision, and this is not my feeling, not my vision. We can talk during one hour, maybe one day, maybe 2 days. You will not agree with that. So, like you said, I have my vision, and I take my responsibility. This is not you, the coach. You don't take your responsibility. I take my responsibility, and if something happen, this is when we win, this is the player win. When we lose, this is the coach lose. So me, like I said earlier, I'm focused about that. I'm focused about my game project. I'm focused about my player. And sometimes when you do a choice, when the choice is good, this is because you win, and when the choice is bad, this is because you lose. But for sure in the midfield, I think we have the player who can play well. I think we have the team who can play well. And the game against this DRC, we lost in extra after the penalty session. So the game finished with the draw, but for the penalty session, we lost. DRC deserved this win. They played well during 120 minutes, and we lost. So now I continue my vision, my working with my player, and after we will see what happens. Like I said earlier, we will have a meeting if I have to continue this project after the AFCON. But now I'm here with my player, and we are focused on the game tomorrow.
Please, the question focus on the match and the AFCON, please. The next.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning. We first, Leslie Angu for CAFOnline.com. Coach, your Nigeria is the 7th time Nigeria is going to come up against Tanzania, and never before have Nigeria lost against Tanzania. 4 wins and 3 draws. And you have a player who plays in Tanzania. It's true that from 1980, when Nigeria won 3-1 against Tanzania, lots of water has passed under the bridge. But are you talking to Amas to have an insight of the Tanzanian football culture, given that he plays in Tanzania, so that you can use him as a guide to prepare for this game of tomorrow? And for Wilfried, lots of people don't talk about this, maybe because of recent happenings. You come into this competition as the vice champions. How much of lessons are you taking from events in Cote d'Ivoire, having arrived there as relatively an unknown quantity in terms of the contenders for the title, and gone all the way and maybe lost to the team that destiny had designed to be the champions? How much of lessons are you taking from Cote d'Ivoire to help you have such a run again in this competition this time around?
Let's once again welcome everyone to our live feed on GhanaWeb, on Facebook GhanaWeb, on YouTube GhanaWeb TV. It is the live coverage of the AFCON 2025 happening in Morocco. It started last Sunday, December 21st, 2025. And we've had already interesting games from last Friday. And of course, even this afternoon, prior to the start of Nigeria versus Tanzania. It was a very good exercise we had where the Teranga Lions of Senegal walloped Botswana by 3-0. And this evening match is happening between the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria versus Tanzania. And the match is happening in Morocco, Complex Sportif Stadium. A 40,000 capacity stadium in Morocco. And the match is already underway. 10 minutes of action done. No goal to either side. The Super Green Eagles of Nigeria, they are yet to break the deadlock, as well as Tanzania. They are also yet to find the back of the net. It's a corner kick advantage. The Super Green Eagles of Nigeria. Ademola Lookman behind the ball. He swings in the ball. Header. Victor James Osimhen. The header finds the deadlock. And wow, Victor Osimhen, very good try. But the powerful header hit the woodwork. That was a powerful header there. Goal kick, a long ball swings into the center circle. Tanzania in possession. Tanzania transiting play from the center circle. He switches play to the far left, but to nobody in particular. It's a defending throw-in advantage. The Super Green Eagles of Nigeria. Osei, the jersey number 2. Osei, what can you do? He sends the ball back, a long one into the center circle. Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, Nigeria. On the counter break, Victor Osimhen, the ball has been cleared in the danger zone. Tanzania, once again, they've lost possession. It's an attacking throw advantage in Nigeria. A long one into the 18-yard box. Here's Rose. It's an attacking throw once again for the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria. Samuel Chukwueze was complaining there. He had wanted a corner instead. But the throw was rather given. Osei Chukwueze back into the middle. Ajay, but he's lost possession. Tanzania with the ball. Tanzania 12 minutes into the 13th minute of action. Still goalless at the Complex Sportif Stadium in Morocco. A long one into the 80-yard box, Tanzania. What a powerful strike there, but no problem at all for the goalkeeper of the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria. Nwambali calmly, under no pressure. That was a good try there. Very, very good try there, Manga. An incursion has been made by the Tanzanians in Nigeria, building from the back once again. Ajay finds Chukwueze. Chukwueze sends it back to Osei. Osei to Calvin Bassey. Bassey sends it back to Zedu Sanusi Iwobi. A long one looking for Ademola. Straight into the waiting arms of goalkeeper for Tanzania, FUBA. Tanzania, once again, Tanzania building something positive from the right-hand side, attacking through advantage Tanzania. Nigeria on the counter break. Nigeria, Victor Osimhen into the 18-yard box. A powerful shot. Look at that run from Victor James Osimhen. Victor James Osimhen. Look at that run. He read the defensive line so well. He beat the offside track. Gets into the 18-yard box. And went in for power and was way off target. A huge attempt from the Nigerian superstar Victor James Osimhen. He's one to watch in this year's AFCON 2025 happening in Morocco. A top superstar. Coach Eric Sekou Shell is the technical head for the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria. The last AFCON that was held in Cote d'Ivoire, he was at the helm for Mali. And now he leads the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria. Into this year's edition, what can he do to restore that joy, to restore that excitement of the Nigerians having missed out in the upcoming 2026 FIFA World Cup? And they would have to use this year's AFCON to gain redemption. And also put some smiles on the faces of their fans, having let them down during the FIFA World Cup qualifiers 2026. And that marks Nigeria's second successive World Cup miss. Back in 2022, Qatar, they couldn't make it. And next year's edition, that will be held in 3 different countries: USA, Canada, and also Mexico. Nigeria will be absent. So this is one of the tournaments they can never afford to let themselves down, especially find some joy for the supporters and also have a silverware. And the last time they won the AFCON was back in 2013 when their very own legendary Stephen Keshi led the team to victory. And from 2013 till now, the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria are yet to win the AFCON. They came very, very closer in the last editions, where they lost the finals to the host nation, Ivory Coast. They are doing this year's edition without their captain, William Trust Ekong, the pillar at the heart of defense for Nigeria. And now a new partnership has been formed. Ajeyi and Calvin Bassey, and of course Zedu Sanusi and Osei Samuel completing the fullbacks for the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria. having the everlasting Wilfred Ndidi partnering Alex Iwobi, the Fulham attacking midfielder, and also having Samuel Chukwueze, Shea Adams, Adimola Lukman, and Victor James Osimhen completing the front four, the full attacking lineup. It clearly tells you the intention of the Nigerians, the intention of coach Eric Sekou banging in goals. Let's see what happened in this very half and also the entire minute, how the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria will fare at the end of the 90 minutes of action. You are watching us live on GhanaWeb, on Facebook, also live on GhanaWeb TV, on YouTube. You can also share your view or your thoughts under the comment section. It's a goal kick advantage, Tanzania. 21 minutes of action played. We are approaching into the 22nd minute of action here. And it's still goalless in Nigeria on the counter break. Samuel Chukwueze beautifully stand a long one into the 80-yard box. Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen couldn't finish from there. Pull out another one again. This time round, it crosses the line. Eric Sekou Shale, of course, the manager for Tanzania, the Argentine Gamondi, a defensive throw-in advantage, Tanzania. On the left side of their defense, so far, so very good for Nigeria. What can they do? Tanzania beautifully. He sends it back to the goalkeeper. A long one into the center circle. Tanzania still in possession. A long one. No. Nigeria back once again. Calvin Bassey sends a long one into the far left. He finds Zedu. Back to Calvin Bassey. Bassey finds Ndidi. Chukwueze once again is lost possession. Tanzania. Miroshi. Nigeria, they've retained possession once again. Nigeria into the center circle beautifully. Tanzania. They've won possession once again. Nigeria, a long one into the back. Nwabali. Ndidi. Bassey. Bassey. Osei Samuel on the right hand side. Samuel Chukwueze. He sends it back to Osei. Zedu. Chukwueze. A long one into the area of Tanzania. What can they do? Victor Osimhen is being brought down, and it's a free kick. It's a free kick advantage, Victor Osimhen. A free kick advantage, the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria. A free kick in a very advantageous position for the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria. Victor Osimhen, Victor James Osimhen. All eyes on Victor James Osimhen to cause some problems for the defensive line of Tanzania. And now a free kick advantage, Nigeria in a very, very advantageous position. And who is taking this one? Victor Osimhen instructing his colleagues to position themselves well in the 18-yard box. Ademola Lookman will be the one to take this one for the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria. Ademola Lookman solely behind the ball. What can he do with this? Nigeria, Lookman. Corner kick. A corner kick for Nigeria. That was a powerful one from Ademola Lookman. And that powerful shot deflected. And it crosses the line. It's another corner kick advantage, Nigeria. Samuel Chukwueze will take this one for the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria. Ajayi Calvin Bassey, the 18-yard box of Tanzania is boiling. A long one into the 18-yard box. It's being cleared away. Referee. Referee says what? There will be a retake of the corner kick. Samuel Chukwueze. Victor Osimhen and his other guys are making things very difficult and tough for the defenders of Tanzania. They are causing a lot of problems there.
All right. So after 28 minutes of action, how do you see Nigeria's performance so far? Is it a game that is going to produce more goals like all the other games that we've seen?
Well, I think it will be very difficult to see more goals. But in recent times, I think recently during the playoff of the FIFA World Cup, we saw what they did to South Africa, having gone the entire 90 minutes scoring 1-0, and in the extra minute they were able to put 3 goals at the back of the net. So maybe in the second half a lot could change for Nigeria, and they also have what it takes to change the game at any given point in time. They have the luxury of materials, they have the quality of materials, and I think the depth also going into the second half. There should be goals from Nigeria. It will also depend on how the Tanzanians will also match up with them. The tactical declaration that the Argentine coach Gamondi will also bring to the table, that would also let us know how these Nigerians will be able to also find the spaces behind the defensive line of Tanzania to have the necessary goals we are all hoping to see them scoring because of the luxury of players they have, especially in the final third.
Especially in the final third. So live on GhanaWeb, Nigeria surging forward, but the Tanzanians clearing their lines. 30 minutes of action. Tanzania 0, Nigeria 0. So the opening game in their group for Nigeria, they have to do everything within their means to win the tournament, to be able to make up for their inability to qualify for the World Cup in the US, for their inability to qualify for the World Cup in the US. Last year, they were in the finals, lost to Ivory Coast by 2-1 after taking the lead through former captain who retired few days to the AFCON, Trust Ekong. The Ivorians staged a comeback to win their third African Cup of Nations. Frank, 30 minutes, Nigeria versus Tanzania.
Nigeria trying to impose their, capabilities, but Tanzania, I think they've actually stuck with the game plan. Then Tanzanian coach made, that's a chance, but Osimhen can't find his teammate and the chance goes begging. But like I was saying, the Tanzania coach before the game had tell the journalists that he has a plan to keep Osimhen at bay, but I think on that occasion his defense let him down and Osimhen was through on goal. And had he taken a very good touch, Nigeria could have taken the lead with that opportunity they had.
Nigeria could have taken the lead. Head coach Eric Giselle, I'm not really a fan of him because I believe that he had a glorious opportunity with the golden generation of Mali, but he couldn't achieve anything proper with that particular squad. Mali, he couldn't achieve anything with it, but now there is Nigeria surging forward deep into the Tanzanian half. Chukwueze is inside the 18-yard box, but Chukwueze has been stopped.
I think that was too many touches. He dribbled past 1-2 players, and he could have just given a pass to his teammates, but he decided to take on more, and the chance again was cleared.
The chance again was cleared. Nigeria still dominating possession, but they are yet to do the most important business, that is to get a goal. Like I said, a lot is at stake. Victor Osimhen inside the 18-yard box, but Osimhen's effort goes way off target.
That was way off target, but I think he's trying to prove that he's Osimhen. He's at the AFCON to prove a point that he can actually guide Nigeria to another AFCON title. But on that occasion, he could have just tried to find a teammate, but he just let fly. And maybe another opportunity may come, which he would get, a very good opportunity to pass to a teammate. But it's 34 minutes, and Tanzania, an average team, an average team like Tanzania, they would be happy that with almost half an hour gone, they are still in the game. It's still 0-0, and they will be licking their lips to find maybe a goal or just a point at the end of the full 90 minutes.
They will be hoping to get a point at the end of the full 90 minutes. That is Tanzania. But for me, their main objective will be to win the game.
Well, the coach said it will be a very
it will be historic if they are able
and
to.
There is Nigeria. Victor Osimhen is through. He goes past the goalkeeper.
That's an amazing block.
And Osimhen could have easily gotten the goal, but it has been cleared out of danger.
And that's the second time he's breached the Tanzanian defense. We saw the first one where he got past the goalkeeper, but he was unable to find the target. And this one, unfortunately for him, there was a defender just by the goal line, and he cleared.
But Nigeria will take the corner kick. Nigeria will take the corner kick. Somewhere Chukwueze. Chukwueze goes for the short pass. Nigeria, Iwobi whipping the ball. It's a goal. Ajayi gets the first goal for Nigeria. He missed the crucial penalty in the World Cup playoff. But Ajayi gets Nigeria's first goal in the 2025 African Cup of Nations. What a way for Ajayi to redeem himself. Nigeria gets the opening goal inside 37 minutes.
And
they get the job done. And it was no other player than Ajayi. It was a very good cross from Alex Iwobi into the 18-yard box. And there was nothing goalkeeper Foba could do to stop this particular header from Ajayi.
And Joe, I was a bit disappointed when they took the corner shot, but I think that was just from the training grounds. And kudos to Iwobi. That was a very good cross, an inch perfect cross. And Ajayi rose higher to meet the ball, and there was no way the goalkeeper will be able to save that. It was a very good cross from Iwobi, and I think it's a very good corner kick routine from the training grounds.
It was a good corner kick routine from the training grounds. And Ajayi gets Nigeria's first goal. Colombia, finally, the Super Eagles are ahead.
Yeah,
definitely. There is nothing surprising here. If Nigeria, after 37 minutes of action, they are leading Tanzania by a lone goal to nil. We know what the Nigerians are capable of. They are one of the top forces on the continent when it comes to even the AFCON, having won it 3 times and making sure they are fighting for the 4th one to equal what Ghana we've also won already. So Tanzania, Nigeria, the gap is so huge in terms of even personnel, in terms of squad depth, the quality of individual, and where even these players play their traits. It also comes to bear. And of course, Nigeria have everything at par Tanzania. So there is absolutely no surprise at all to have seen Nigeria getting the first goal after some 37 minutes of action.
Nigeria gets the first goal. The 37 minutes inside their opening game against Tanzania. And it was none other than Ajayi. What a way for the young man to redeem himself. Missed a crucial penalty against DR Congo in the World Cup playoff. Semi Ajayi looks like the direct replacement for former captain William Trostekong. Plays for Hull City in the English Championship, 32 years of age. Born on the 9th of November 1993. Making sure that his team will be good and his team will cruise to a comfortable victory. Let's go through the lineup once again. Nigeria going for a 4-2-3-1. Stanley Nwabali in post. Zaidu plays in the Portuguese League. Zaidu is there. Calvin Bassi, Sami Ajayi, and there is Osai Samo. In the midfield, there is Alex Iwobi, the one who made the assist. Wilfred Ndidi plays for Leicester City. And these are the two men in the Nigerian midfield. And that is the Super Eagles for you. There is Adams Akor, Lukman Ademola, Samuel Chukwueze, and Victor Osimhen. These are the starting lineup for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We've done 42 minutes of action. Nigeria 1, Tanzania 1. And these two sides, they also have a bit of history. In the African Cup of Nations, they met twice. They met in 2016. That is the qualifiers. And in 2015, they played in the group stages. It ended goalless. And in 1980, Nigeria also disciplined Tanzania by 3-1. And when it comes to all the games that these two countries have played, Tanzania is yet to win a game against the Super Eagles.
Yeah, clearly, it will still be very difficult, and history will continue on a positive way for the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria whenever it takes on Tanzania. And we can never talk about football, how teams thrive or national teams thrive without the personnel, the quality of the personnel. And back in history, comparing the Nigerian players they've produced and that of the Tanzanians, it will always be very difficult for the Tanzanians to, win against Nigeria. One-off game, yes, it could happen, but consistently it will be very, very difficult. Nigeria have everything apart Tanzania, and that is what is showing. Nigeria, even in the AFCON, they've made a very huge case for themselves. Talk less of that of Tanzania. They have not done anything even better in the competition. The goals of the competition does not even know them that much. The best they've had in their history is exiting from the group stages. Even making into the last 16 has become a huge problem, and one very day they are all hoping that they will also make it into the last 16. So they've not done anything better. They are also one of the developing football nations on the shores of of Africa. So let's see how things pan out for them. But this will be a very difficult match for them, very, very difficult one. Even I'm expecting the Nigerians in the second half to come in very stronger because of the squad depth and the quality they have. They have paraded their all-time best as we speak. Nigeria, they still have like for likes on the bench who might also come on to affect the game positively for the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria.
All right, and for those watching, thanks for making us #1 on X. Over 1,500 people have joined us on X, and we appreciate your support. But sadly, somebody might think that we just don't want to show the game. We don't have the money to show the game. We don't have millions of dollars to show this game. If not, you know how we do it whenever we sit in this studio. If we get the opportunity, we'll surely put the game on the screen for you. But because we don't, even the station of the nation, they don't have the right.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. Looking at the financial aspect of it now, getting the opportunity to televise matches, it does not come with any cheaper cost. So let's see, maybe going forward, and Ghana also not partaking might also be another reason as why some of our local stations and whatever couldn't make any effort of airing the AFCON. So let's see the subsequent competitions. Let's see how things pan out for us. But it's very difficult for now. It's money, 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 money. And if there's money, then we all jump into it and get the matches live on our various handles.
It is all about the money. you get money or you don't get money, too much money. But earlier, DR Congo defeated Benin 1-0. Senegal defeated Botswana by 3-0, making the statement that they are not here to joke. Nicholas Jackson got a goal in that particular game. Surely, in the first half analysis after what we've seen, we will surely touch on the earlier games. But I want to understand and announce that we will do an additional minute of extra time. And so I want to prompt you that it is because of a particular company that is the reason why we're here to serve you with live updates and commentary. The 2025 African Cup of Nations. And very soon, I will be talking about them. And I know some of you are asking, why am I in kaftan instead of my usual suit? You know, I went for a wedding. Yes, I went for a wedding. So, but then it's all over. First 45 minutes. Great chances for Nigeria. And some couple of good saves from goalkeeper Boba. I think so far he's made about 3 crucial saves in the first half to deny Nigeria. But Semi Ajayi had other plans. And there is Victor Osimhen, who even attempted to score a bicycle kick. We saw one in the opening game for Morocco. So they are also hoping to get another goal. But at the end of the 45 minutes, it is Nigeria 1, Tanzania 0. Frank.
I think Tanzania will pat themselves at their back that they've actually, not gone toe-to-toe with Nigeria, but to go 1-0 down at halftime isn't that bad against a top team like Nigeria. And Nigeria too, I think they will be kicking themselves for not at least scoring 2 just in the first half. You saw the chances that they got, plenty chances, and kudos to the goalkeeper. He's actually come out to save Tanzania. But I expect Nigeria again to throw more shots, go for the kill when the second half begins.
All right, so that is what Frank said. So before I take my break, let's talk about Tanzania's record. This is their 4th appearance in the AFCON. They first played in 1980. It took them about 30 years to qualify for another AFCON, which was in 2019. They couldn't qualify for Cameroon 2021. They returned for Ivory Coast 2023 and Morocco 2025. And in all the tournaments they've played so far, they've never played at the knockout stage. In total, they've played 10 games and they haven't won a single game at the African Cup of Nations. They've lost 7 and they've drawn 3. This is Tanzania's record in the history of the African Cup of Nations. After 45 minutes, it is Sami Ajayi's goal separating Nigeria from Tanzania. My name is Joel Eshen, and this is GhanaWeb. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more.
The same question for both.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, everybody. We are happy to be here. And before that, I give you an answer for this question. I want to say thank you to the welcoming for the welcoming of the people of Morocco. To say thank you to the people who work for the CAF for the welcoming. Everybody that take care of us. So we are very happy about that. So I would like once again to say thank you. For this game, we are very happy to be here. This is a big game because this is the first game of the AFCON for us, and the first game is very important every time. So we are happy to play this game here in Fes, and for sure we want to win this game.
Thank you, Wilfred.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having us. As the coach has said, the spirit in the camp is very high, very energized. This game is very important for us. It's the game that sets the momentum. So the guys are really ready. Everyone is ready, from the players to the staff, and everyone is really focused on this game, which is very important. So it is a game that we are well prepared to win. Thank you.
Thank you. Giving the floor to the media. If you have a question, raise your hand first and wait for the microphone. Okay, we start here, like in the back. The seated mister, yeah.
C'est une question en français pour Monsieur Schell.
Vous pouvez vous présenter le nom, l'organisation.
Saint-Léger de RFI. À titre personnel, on vous avait laissé effondrer en Côte d'Ivoire après l'élimination du Mali en quart de finale. Dans quel état d'esprit vous retrouvez la CAN et qu'est-ce que ça change d'arriver à la tête d'une équipe qui fait partie des favoris? En français, s'il vous plaît.
Personnellement, encore une fois, je suis très content d'être ici. Personnellement, parce que comme vous l'avez dit, ma première CAN.
Coach just say players bo no betu akopaba mebo and Ghana ya so yempan for some of the players ba na
I know the evidence here
me will be
into the young players na some so GD say players no any team na yengu no yemfa
so mo sika nibra na mo de bo wo mo piska and mpan for so fiska ne mo into no ho obbo ne papa oba na obbo ne trokaman wo pompo kana for mo mfa
so GD say yengu team na yemfa
so good team ni na say mle bia yiye bi papa we ya doctor we first say ya hota makro me obi no has asem chen me e mo how place nya na ye nyina yadwa woni ne yankopon be of fashion mo ko emu ne central fiakwa sa time ne place bi central fiakwa mo de mo once on start you know nimpe kai am say play Joado na ebendi deboti ona no ye keeper mo ne account kwa has for be has for bobo pa aname bo
misa na misa
no so anti wo no wahu sa time no has team bi no ho hia okọ away kura na kasi yade papa ni yan kukuduro na wo de good team ni nyina ayi ko ye we ofe ansa oso on the ha wo nya has na nya o chaba na say account ya pamo
ntu shanka nya automatic strategy no bia na yemfanya Black Stars
ya automatic ngu ni nyina mu place ni nyina ayi wan ko retire did I encore retire
oda suba so nya club house
oni pa no ni team ni pa no one team no one country wo de ko she for say last time to bia no ha na me tese say mo afri ni pa 3 na ndi de na ye say hwan ba kun akwa ni fi wa yi left out here ni fi wa yi Oh, Blasters. Na omo mane mo bi o ja bo no kwache. Tie bi sa wakasu.
Mubarak. See only the day na training this year.
Na me kan say ba ko bi ka ho mo ne de ba. Na de no pona me sa ko bi so de na me so wehu. Me jaduane ho na mba betena.
See the to do bicycling came the we uni film or some kind of plan.
Na me say see na wo ye retire anabe wo.
When retired sir.
Okay, Ghana Blasters.
Back club side there. Or share club.
Wonya ya de no woni bi won so say wo
Unse player retired so.
And me beg me manya ska. Me na me ntu bi madasa me so me kwan wa.
This man is a fan of the team. However, he's no more supporting the team due to the poor performances that they've put up recently. The AFCON qualifiers, he did not watch any of the Black Stars matches because of some of the performances that they put up that led us to the disqualification. Now, going to the AFCON, he believes that because of Ghana's absence from the AFCON, he will be watching some of the matches. But if Ghana were to be part, he wouldn't have bothered to watch any of the AFCON matches. And so he's still disappointed in the team. He believes that the entire team of new players should be called up. And that's one of the ways that the team will win his heart back to supporting them. Eja Ghana anko AFCON. Ebe shase Sunday 21st December. Then now AFCON saying now we see who.
Oh, Ghana anko de nyamia say Ghana anko. Eze Ghana okoda omunko yeshi. Nomako say yesika keke. Ti omontima anko de nyamia say. Na efa sika na input ujuma. Ene mama bro peska da ye ejuma nti eno no.
Basanka koya eja enije kakra be man no mu ni ade.
AFCON ye koye say aine da so ba ye budget eso da wo beji cap no kwa unya sa Ghana budget e ko nti eno no.
Fias kasem nti nke ye pass
yanko.
Na team no so hu on board bon say yakofa for World Cup hu ye bon say.
Oh. Sinyame ya adom de be ye World Cup no de be ye la we de AFCON no de World Cup no kwa de ko na World Cup ho da kwa hye no. Obia pepero Ghana sa boy ye boy hwe da no ye na we for ko boy hwe botro kan we mo ko boy o matimi akwhye wan wo obi o matimi ko hye obia ante me to me kwa nko mo pe be bi ntena se ofie
into the Emra AFCON so teams na ko no when now shall betumi age and I didn't know how say team le betumi.
Oh, Nigeria do me shall betumi age say Osime how strike no me pepper ntina ono ame ojido so betumi age.
Ghana for be in person Nigeria for because one more 3 titles here or 4 one more jia one more nearby be and I only said there your banter no more and also one more back kebi a chere pa
oh mo ke say obo homebody a and I would do one more homebody am dey say Nigeria man more homebody say World Cup man qualify Ghana born homebody will qualify for World Cup in this anity the way there problem be okay
yeah that's it
that's it.
And so this man is also confident about the team's performance in terms of qualifying to the World Cup. However, when it comes to the AFCON, he is happy with the fact that Ghana or the Black Stars could not make it to the AFCON because he believes that if we had qualified, the budget that we would have prepared, probably it might have been more than the money that the winner would have been awarded, as it's happened in some tournaments that the Black Stars participated in. So he believes that not going to the AFCON will save Ghana some funds, and that will help the governments, President John Dramani Mahamad's government, to embark on developmental projects. But looking at the favorites for the AFCON, he tips Nigeria. He is not bothered about the rivalry that exists between Ghana and Nigeria. He believes that because Nigeria did better in the qualifiers, they are in the AFCON. Likewise, Ghana also performed better in the World Cup qualifiers. So Nigeria winning will make him very delighted. And the style of play for Victor Osimhen also impresses him a lot. And so he is hoping Nigeria wins it. And that is not bothered about the fact that if they win, they will be leveled up with Ghana with 4 trophies. Ghana couldn't qualify for the AFCON. What are your thoughts? If you're watching some AFCON matches, how would you feel?
Me, I feel delegated, right? Because seeing the AFCON is not like it's not an easy work. Yeah, we all know that it's not an easy work. But if you see the squad that we have seen for that AFCON, which means you have to win it, right? Yeah, I was saying winning because AFCON, you say it's easy. So what you say? Yeah, you say it's easy, but players are here. You need to say AFCON. I was saying it's me here. Yet me fan, and yet some performance in the here. You know, and definitely be blame na. Me say me Barca fan pa. So what I say, me a Barcelona fan pa. And anytime me want to say obi to say Inaki Williams, any Barcelona to say Atletico almost ya, say na ya up performing na me hu no. And yes, our performance no na ya ye hu Ghana ha say.
Nti said the yintumi an qualify no. Oh, sha AFCON na obe feel say Nigeria mu na won bi. Oh, sha obe feel say.
Oh.
Ebe
me ya because what can I qualify na AFCON.
Zusha why no problem pa na ekofa coaching na players and then
me timi nka say coach and say player and say BBC but I was say you tutu yanyama nkitwe bi
it is
say fan say ya pitch gugu Ghana hanum say I was say titin kola enya fit ohun say ya flow bi wo obi efri mediama akobo Black Stars da.
Oh, I think last AFCON squad, you know, one more player back joining Black Stars. Just a woman to me,
Ozi Baho.
That is local players to me free because Black Stars. Oh, Bemians, at least squad be your local players Bemians. You shall enter more.
Entity more. Nkula mo ba nyina. Sameka say Sisia Spain for kula mo players for now. Say ebia fa no say Lami Yama mo ne Pedri mo aye hu no omo ni ho a ye wo players on be take you
ni mo academy basa academy no mo produce pa
ye produce pa
sa na opasa Ghana so ye
sa na wo say Ghana so ye ade ye de enyanyi pa
oh ye
betimi aye
nti ye kwa AFCON no teams be na hwa wo betimi win ye Nigeria, Senegal, Morocco, Egypt team be na hwa mo ye favorite
say Nigeria ko jemu bioma Africa's betimi afabio because omo team na wo ho no obia enya bi obia nko ba bia obia apply obia nyehwe obia retire sa team na wo ho.
Omo two key players Nicolas Pepe and Simon Edingra. Two players no last half come omo bo omo pa omo je but this time omo nka team no ho coach ne say performances na issues bi and am omamba
ba mo ko World Cup
World Cup the nyam do nti ntumi nka ho asem but AFCON sa players ne nka ho nti say na do this Ivory Coast betumi
e bo qualifiers no mo ni ho so mo ho na say e bo qualifiers there na so mo ho there and which means they will go to the World Cup
so AFCON no hu Nigeria say betumi age
okay maybe a betumi aye wo choice
enye me choice me na wo choice but wo choice Ivory Coast
Ivory Coast
Second half, leading by 1 goal to nil. You know, a few technical issues, but I can confirm that Victor Osimhen just scored a goal, but VAR has ruled out the Osimhen goal. So, still, the Nigerian superstar is still waiting for his first goal of the tournament. Victor Osimhen scored, and this is the goal, clear offside. Osimhen was clear, you know, and the offside rules, like I keep saying, when it comes to the AFCON, now they've shown us the standard, you know. So no bias, 2x4 officiating is going to fly, and this is the incident. The technique from Victor Osimhen was great, but it was a clear offside corner.
Yeah, that would have been a very good start into the second half. For them to have doubled their lead, and that would just open some spaces in the defense of Tanzania for Nigeria to swing in goals, a lot of goals against Tanzania. But they've been fortunate because of the offside, and even yet they are still checking whether there could be a positive outcome out of this. So let's see how things pan out. I think
they've checked.
Well, so I think going forward, this second half, as I said in the first half, much will be expected from these Nigerians because of the squad depth they have, and also having a lot of quality on the bench, a lot of players who also come on to affect the game positively for Nigeria. So it's another
interesting second department of the game that we are all hoping to witness an entertaining game, a very good one from the Nigerians. It will be very difficult for Tanzanians. It will be very, very difficult. They would have to deploy a new style, a plan to curtail the attacking threat of Nigeria, because they have avalanche of attackers whom on any given day they can hit you up. So let's see how coach will also affect his status, also do some changes to make sure they will be able to, keep the situation a bit without not to concede a lot of goals from these Nigerians.
All right, so that is Korea Sante Lawrence. Nigeria still surging forward. Ajay whips in the ball. Simen is attacking it. But goalkeeper Boba gets it. Now the Tanzanians recovered. They're still attacking. They've kept the same lineup, no changes. No changes for Tanzania. No changes for Tanzania. Tanzania building from the back. Tanzania, they've gotten the equalizer. Tanzania gets the equalizer through Mboa. Mboa has gotten the equalizer for Nigeria, for Tanzania. Mboa has gotten the equalizer for Tanzania. We'll just watch the sequence, and that is Mboa inside the 18-yard box. Now it is Nigeria 1, Tanzania 1. Nigeria 1, Tanzania 1. Nigeria 1, Tanzania 1. Guys.
Well, I think the defense were caught ball watching. They were all expecting the flag to go up, and I think they miscalculated their offside trap. And it's a very good finish, a one-touch finish. And Nwabili couldn't stop the ball from entering the net. And like I said, when you are playing a big team like Nigeria, you don't actually go all guns blazing. But you expect that once you get a chance, you bury it. And they've done that exactly. One chance, one goal. And Nigeria, I don't know what they will be doing. They would have to, re-strategize and then come up against Tanzania again.
Tanzania gets the equalizer.
This is one of the best team work goals I've watched so far in the tournament. Look at where the build-up started in their own half, through to the middle. Then the ball gets into the opposing box. The ball comes back, and that cross from the far left into the 18-yard box of Nigeria to the far left of their defense. And then the finish. In fact, even the run to have outsmart the Nigerian defense to find himself there, and that finish, I think, brilliant, and one of the best teamwork goals I've watched so far in the tournament. Brilliant goal they've scored.
Jai Ademola Lukman, still in there, Lukman, and Lukman gets to the second goal for Nigeria. What a response from the 2024 African Footballer of the Year. Ademola Lukman just got the ball just at the edge of the box of the Tanzania defense, did a quick turn, and unleashed a thunderbolt with his left foot into the box. Ademola Lukman, there was a small showboat in there, and he unleashed the shot into the top corner with his left foot. Nothing, absolutely nothing goalkeeper Foba could do to score this or to prevent this particular goal. And after being pegged down 1-1, Ademola Lukman has restored Nigeria's advantage.
Yeah, very good goal from him. In fact, single-handedly, that material moment where he decided the fate of the game, making sure he finds the back of the net so handedly. In fact, this is a quality goal from a quality player, and you need this from special players like him, where he has been playing all these years. The experience he's gathered, in fact, the kind of euphoria, the environment, the atmosphere he's played. So this is where the quality of talent and in the individuals comes to play. So this is a top high-level finish from Ademola Lookman, and no wonder he's one of the best players around, one of the special players we have on the continent. And look at that finish. In fact, he has also announced himself once again. The last edition, he was there. We saw him. And this time round, first match, he has registered his name on the score sheet already. Let's see how things pan out for him. He's one of the players we are also going to look out to for whatever he also have under his list for the Nigerians. And they have everything, especially the final third. If they are to win this particular tournament, they would have to make sure their attacking players comes to bear. They provide in goals, they put in the necessary important chance they will be creating. They will find the back of the net to take them through to the next stage. They couldn't make it to the World Cup, so a lot is in disarray when it comes to Nigerian football. They would have to use this opportunity, this tournament, to gain redemption and also put some smiles at the faces of their supporters. So a lot is at stake for these Super Eagles, and I think the game has just started yet. Let's see how the entire game ends. There will be a lot of goals going into the 60th minute, the 70th minute.
Frank, Ademola Lookman has announced himself.
And he just brought memories of the 2023 Europa League final when he led Atalanta to beat Bayer Leverkusen. Just the chuck back with his goal at Leverkusen, he just let it fly. But this one, he brought it back before flying with his left foot. And it's incredible how a player can have that much of a shot power with his weaker foot. And Lookman once again showing why the top teams were chasing him over the summer. And I won't be surprised that after the AFCON, even though this January, by the end of the season, he will be moving away from Atalanta. They prevented him from moving last summer, but after his exploit at the AFCON, I'm sure he will be leaving Atalanta.
Ademola Lookman restores Nigeria's lead, and Victor Osimhen nearly made it 3. Solomon Ebuke says 3-0. Solomon, then your prediction, it has 4 flats because it is 2-1. So 3-0 is never going to be possible. 3-0 is never going to be possible. But Tanzania broke away by Nigeria. Restored calm with clarity. And that is Coach Eric Chisel. He doesn't look happy. He doesn't look happy. But now, the African Cup of Nations, it used to be a competition that doesn't produce goals. But now, Frank, with the exception of the Benin DR Congo game, which produced only a goal, we've had a minimum of 2 goals in each game.
I mean, that shows how the AFCON, the African football is actually, progressing all throughout. At times, before, the 2021-2023 tournaments, it was just defense. You get 1 goal, and then you defend. But now, all the teams have their tactics. And I was reading something that it's like every team comes to the tournament with a particular tactic, but the only team that don't have a tactic is Manchester United. You don't actually see how they are playing. But with the AFCON, even Tanzania, we can see that they are actually
having a tactic. They are sitting back trying to play on the counter, and Nigeria too are, and that's what you get when you have strikers. You have two attacking forwards in your team. Lukman can score, Chukwueze can score, Osimhen can score, and we over the years African football has actually produced some of the fantastic finishers in the world. You talk of Osimhen, you talk of Lukman, there is Aubameyang. So if you have these players in your team, you wouldn't want to defend and try to curtail the chance that your team creates for them. So I mean, with the forward and threats they have, that's why most teams come into the AFCON now, that we have to attack plenty.
All right, so 2 changes for Nigeria in the 59th minute. Adams Akor is out, and Dele Bashiru, what a nice name, Fisayo Dele Bashiru plays for SSC Lazio, 24 years of age. He has replaced Adams Akor. Moses Simon has also been introduced as replacement for Samuel Chukwueze. Frank, these 2 changes for Nigeria, is it going to give them an opportunity for them to stamp their authority on the game?
I think the coach is expecting them to take control of the game, but I think it's a bit too rushed. I mean, with a whole half an hour left to play, I think the substitution are a bit too rushed. But let's see how they impose their authority on the game. But with Tanzania actually trying to come into the game, yes, as a coach, you'd be thinking, how can I get back the momentum back to my team? And I think the changes he's done will maybe turn the momentum back in the favor of Nigeria.
All right, 2 new changes. One from Lazio, have a very nice name, Dele Bashiru Fisayo, and then Moses Simons. They've been introduced.
Yeah, this is where the experience in terms of coaching comes to play, because Eric Sekushel, this is some of the mistakes sometimes he does, and when he was handling the Malian side, because now 60th minute, because he do what? He has the squad in depth, because he has the like for like changes. So you've played 50 minutes, another person should also come on to play. No matter the performance of you, one person should also come and also have a feel of the game. I think we can only bear with him. He is the technical head. He's been training the players and also knowing the style and the plan he is going to deploy so far as this particular game is concerned. So I think we will give him that benefit of doubt per the changes that he's done. If it goes well, credit to him. If it doesn't, that is where we come back to the drawing board. As analysts, we analyze the situation, the effectiveness of the changes he did, and how those changes also affect the game. I think we will come back, but for now, we should just bear with him with the changes that he's made.
We should bear with him. And Nigeria making sure that Tanzania's quest for a first AFCON victory might not happen today, because after 10 games in the Nations Cup, they've never won a single game. And Mboa got them a lifeline with that early equalizer in the second half. But Ademola Lookman, 2024 African Footballer of the Year, has announced his presence in a Grand Star. So far, all the big boys are doing something. Nicholas Jackson had a brace today, and Ndiaye, Sheriff Ndiaye, plays for Everton, also had his goal, and that is the Teranga Lions for you. But there is also a very disturbing issue that we'll definitely have to talk about it. Patson Daka I'm not sure that he will be able to play the AFCON again because he broke his neck whilst trying to do a backflip celebration after scoring a winner and got the equalizer for Zambia against the Eagles of Mali. And so Patson Daka is in trouble, and that is a bit of sad news because even the Zambians, they couldn't celebrate the equalizer like the way they were supposed to.
Yeah.
Because it came with a moment of sadness.
It was very difficult one to take. In fact, yesterday, due to one or two reasons, it was a match I failed to watch, but the clips, the excerpt of it, in fact, it was that terrible. It was that terrible, and it would be very difficult. Even they would have to now psych the entire playing body going into their next match because it's a very difficult one to take. It's very, very difficult one to take, and a very young guy, a player making his way through and scoring that important goal. This might be maybe his tournament to also announce his presence once again and get, a bumper deal elsewhere off where he currently plays. So it's a very difficult moment for the player and also Team Zambia, what they are also facing now. But I think they will put themselves together, they will psych themselves and also continue with whatever they have to do and make it into the next stage if possible.
66 minutes of action. Super Eagles of Nigeria still leading by 2 goals to 1 in Moa with a goal for Tanzania was Sami Ajayi and Ademola Lukman got the 2 goals for Nigeria. Osaye Samo playing in the absence of Ola Aina. Ola Aina plays for Nottingham Forest. I think he couldn't make the squad because of an injury. And that was a big blow for Nigeria. Because since he made his debut, even though the young man was not born in Nigeria, his commitment when Ola Aina is playing is top-notch.
He is currently one of the most experienced players in their team. Aina, Trostekong, and Alex Iwobi, you can talk of. These are the most experienced players currently in the national team, and is one of the versatile players they also are. Sometimes he finds himself in the left back position, sometimes in the center half, wherever you place him, either from the left central or the right central he plays. Even sometimes in the middle, the 3-back system is so comfortable playing. So he's one of the most important players they miss out coming into this tournament. Again, in addition, the legendary himself, Trostekong, who also announces retirement prior to this.
I felt it was weird.
Serious.
Frank, I sincerely felt it was weird for Ekong to retire 2 weeks to the AFCON.
I mean, we won't know the ins and outs of his, decision, but I believe with reports circulating that there were some demands that the NFF failed to accept from Trostekong, so he decided that it's the end of the journey for him. The reports indicate that he was willing to play this AFCON, his last AFCON, and then crown it with the title. But once the demands were not coming like he expected, he just decided that it's time to leave the national team and also give way for the younger ones to also. And he's actually paid his dues. He's been fantastic since he could have played for the Netherlands, but he naturalized for Nigeria, and he's been phenomenal. He's captained them. He started as a young guy, and he came in to be the leader, and he's been everywhere. He was the player that even scored in the AFCON final, and they were on the verge of getting their 4th AFCON title, but unfortunately they lost. And we can't take anything away from his performance and his dedication to the national team. He's been fantastic, a perfect example of a leader inside a dressing room.
Perfect example of a leader. He's already won the AFCON, so he will not beat himself up for not being part of the 2025 squad. He was part of the Nigerian team that won the tournament in 2013 rather. And I'm sure the last time, that was in 2023, he and Ahmed Musa were the last surviving members of that particular squad, assembled together by Stephen Keshi, one of the few individuals who won the AFCON as a player and as a coach. And that is what Ahmed Hassan is also tried to do with the Egyptian team. He won it, legendary figure, and now he's leading the Pharaohs of Egypt. Tanzania now in possession. Victor Osimhen attempted to press Hamad, but that was some comfortable ball handling from Hamad. Hamad back to Miroshi. Miroshi is pressed by Chukwueze and goes to Kapombe. Kapombe with a long one for Ala Rakai. Ala Rakai couldn't beat Zaidu Zainu. Ala Rakai, he couldn't beat Zaidu. Zaidu has also been part of the Nigerian team for quite some time, plays in the Portuguese league for FC Porto. Tells you that he's a quality player. He's been consistent in the Portuguese team. He's played in Porto since 2021. And that is not a small feat. Currently, as it stands now, Nigeria possession has been shared equally, but Nigeria going again. Moses Simon try to find Victor Osimhen with a teaming cross, but it has been cleared by Nwayeto. Nwayeto cleared the line. Now Nigeria will have a chance for an attacking throw in. It looks like AFCON, we don't want to be doing the long throws like the Premier League.
Because we've not gotten there. When it gets to the knockout phases, when it gets to even the last round of games, where points are needed that much, where goals are needed that much, where teams are trying to find a certain equalizer to pick up certain points to move from the group stages into the next round of games, you will see such throws. But this time round, I think it will be of the normal kind of throwing. But going forward, it depends on how the game also tries. When it gets to that point that the long throw is supposed to be effected, we will see that from most of these teams around, and also some of these players. There are players in there. They are practicing during their training sessions and stuff like that, but it has not gotten there yet. It will come.
We've not gotten there yet. Korea is very confident that very soon we'll be seeing a lot of white towels on the touchlines, and our teams will be going in with the long throws. Frank?
I think Tanzania, they've actually come into the game, even though they are down by a goal. They have actually taken control of the game, and you can see Eric Chesel angry on the touchline, and it's actually deservedly so, because his team, in a way, are kind of setting back and allowing Tanzania to control the ball. And Simon too has actually been quite okay since coming on, and you understand why Chelsea brought him early in the second half. He's actually been the one taking the defenders on and creating the chances, but he's yet to actually find a very good cross, just like the Manchester City guy Doku. He can take on players, but when he gets to the final ball, he tends to fluff his lines, and that's what Simon is also doing now.
Do you think, Kobia, there is a way back for Tanzania?
Yeah, because they are playing so well, and you see, this when you are playing against these minnows, they distract and destroy. I mean, team setup. That is what they are doing, especially in this second half. They are just not playing to the tune of Nigeria. Let's get them frustrated. Let's distract them on the field of play. Let's chase them 1v1, and that is what they are doing. Having more men at the back when not in possession, then they hit Nigeria on the counter break. That is what they are doing, and I think so far they are doing so well with the long balls also working perfectly for them. The last one, a few minutes away, they had another important opportunity, a long cross from their half on the left side into the right-hand side of the attack and the left side of Nigerians' defense. So I think they are sticking to a certain plan, a certain pattern they are also sticking to. So it's up to Nigeria if they are to win the game or feel like, oh, at the end of the day, we have 15 minutes to the closure of the entire game. That 2-goal lead needs to be restored. That 2-goal lead is very, very important. But when it's 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, any given point in time, football full of uncertainties, a lot could happen. I think they should be worried of how the Tanzanians are playing. This is not even the Tanzanian players who are even playing for the Azams, the Simbas, the youngest. That is another major problem the Tanzanian national teams are also facing, because why their various national teams are not doing well is that their local league, instead of them to have these their players in the local league, no, but the top teams are rather going for other countries' players, and that is the major problem they are also facing. So it's always very difficult for these players to also thrive, because Yanga will go in for the top talent in Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, whatsoever in their team. Azam, similar, Semba, similar. So it becomes very difficult for the other teams. So the middle table teams and other minnows, you will find their players playing for the national team. But it will be very difficult to find 3 of youngest players, 2 of Azam, 3 of Semba. But imagine how Semba, how the youngest are thriving, their performance they are showcasing on the continent of Africa, if they are having, half of the total status of this national team. It would have been something better than what we are seeing. So I think going forward is another thing they would have to look up to. Their clubs are doing so well on the shores. 3 clubs, they are doing so well. But how they will also, their performance will also affect the national teams is another thing they would have to sit down proper and also dwell on and make a solution.
That is Kobia's analysis of the Tanzanian problem. But I think that you also give them a bit of credit, because after 1980, it took them 39 years to return to the AFCON in 2019. They missed 2021, but they were in Ivory Coast and now they are in Morocco. So it looks like there's something they are doing right in Nigeria inside the 18-yard box. But Tanzania clear their lines with speed. And now Tanzania in attacking transition. Masuba has been forced to go back. Masuba back to Masanga. Masanga to Kampombe. Kampombe back to the goal scorer Mbowa. Mbowa now to Ala Rakai. Ala Rakai inside the midfield. Masanga will pick it up again. Now Tanzania, they lose possession. Alexi Obi pick up the possession. He's trying to find Moses Simon. He couldn't go. Tanzania regain possession. They are back again. Masanga. Masanga goes to his left. Miroshi is there. They are trailing, but they are not forcing anything. They are trying to play to a pattern. Systematically, they are trying to break down the Nigerian defense. And it looks like the Argentine coach, Miguel Gamondi, 59 years of age, the coach of Tanzania, is bringing reinforcement into this game as they continue to dominate possession. 2 more additions. Shomari Kampome is done for the day. He will be replaced by Haji Monga, and also Alarakai Tarin has also been replaced by Job Dixon. Job Dixon, we have to examine his thing. He might definitely be a Ghanaian.
Well, I think we are gradually getting into the last stage of the game. We have some 10 minutes plus of referee's additional time to end the entire proceedings. And now, looking at how they are playing, it is good to, bring on fresh legs, players with fresh energy to also come on to effect the game for the Tanzanians. So let's see how these changes also affect the game for the Tanzanians. But I think they are playing so well, and the Nigerians would have to be very, very, very careful at the back. If they are not adding up, then they should find a way of protecting this goal. They shouldn't be that widely open of play. I think it's getting to a moment where a lot could happen. Difficult scenes, a lot of magic. So they should be wary of that.
We'll have to see what will happen. But so far, we've seen a lot of goals after 80th minutes in the AFCON. So I can say that maybe we will see another goal, because Morocco did it. Senegal, when they were leading by 2-0, 90th minutes, Ndiaye got a goal, and Tanzania with a free kick, whip it in. Nigeria cleared the line, but there will be a rebound. The rebound was nowhere near on target. Gamodi, Argentine manager. There seems to be a dangerous tackle. Referee says play must continue, but definitely be Osimhen inside the ATM of good control. But he couldn't get the final touch. The referee has already whistled for an infringement for the tackle on goalkeeper forward. That was a good turn from Victor Osimhen.
Yeah, he's that man, he's that guy, and of course, he has not registered his goal yet in the tournament. And we shouldn't forget that the last edition, he played an integral role for
carried
the
team.
Super Eagles of Nigeria throughout to the grand finale. But in terms of the goal scoring, he was not part of even those putting the ball at the back of the net. He is a true team player, and that is what today he has also been doing in the 80-yard box. In fact, he's pressing so high, he's also disturbing the defense line, and this would have been one of the best moments for him to have also find his name on the score sheet. By the defensive line, they did justice by way of clearing that dangerous threat from Victor Osimhen.
The defensive line, they did very well by clearing the line. And a loose ball from Tanzania. Can Nigeria make them pay? Nigeria surging forward. They picked up the loose ball. But the effort, was that Ademola Lookman? No. It was Dele Bashiru. And that is Calvin Bassey complaining. He was not impressed with the output from Dele Bashiru after that fantastic run.
Yeah, and a very good take on from there. And there was a certain Victor Osimhen in the 18-yard box calling for a cross. So why would you try from that angle? If someone will also say, if that particular ball had gone in.
If you score, we don't have a problem.
Yes. So sometimes it's good to try.
No, but it's the reason why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
If you don't score, there is no problem.
Yeah.
But I know there are coaches. Tanzania now trying goalkeeper in Wabali. Body attempt from, was it Job Dixon? It was a good attempt, but he couldn't get the ball on target. Some will say Nwabali had that part of the pole covered.
Yeah, he's that bulky. He's got the height, he's got the feet, he's got the wide area. So I think it also helped him prevent that opportunity. But that was a very good try from Kelvin. A very good try. In fact, he's one of the brightest spots in the Tanzania's team. He's done so well in this particular game.
He's very strong. Nigeria still pushing. Before the needy has been forced back to Seydou Al. And there is Moses Simon. He's not eager to drive the ball forward, but Moses Simon is going. By his attempt has been blocked. Now Nigeria have to do some defending. Oh boy. That was a poor ball intercepted by Calvin Bassey. Calvin Bassey. Oh, that was a good interception. But he has also going to inflict pain on his own body. Nigeria's final change. Victor Osimhen is done. Victor Osimhen is done for the day. Paul Inuachu. Paul Inuachu will be getting the final 5-6 minutes. He plays in the Turkish Super League for Trabzonspor, the former team of Black Star striker Caleb Ekuban. Is he somebody we can say he's a former Black Star striker?
Caleb?
Yeah. Because on top of my head, I don't remember the last time he was in the team.
Yeah, but
it's been more than 5 years.
Since he has not retired, you cannot even call him a former.
Maybe
maybe we don't know. 5-6 months away, we might see him in the squad. So we should just respect him for that. He's not a former. Even the Asamoah Giants are refusing to accept former. So how much more Caleb Ekuban? But Paul Inuachu is one of the strikers who are doing so well in the Turkish Super League, and he also has been scoring week in, week out for Team Trabzonspor.
What a glorious opportunity missed by Tanzania. But they have another opportunity from the corner kick. They're whipping the ball again, and they beat Yamakala. Tanzania missing the chances. And my friend gets up. The young man missed a glorious opportunity. Was it Masuba? What a glorious opportunity. Masuba. No, it is Hamad rather. Hamad has missed a glorious opportunity. Now he's complaining that it's Mozupu or something like that. But if they lose this game, I think Hamad will be extremely disappointed for not at least getting his ball on target.
A glorious moment there for him. A moment they could have get an equalizer and stop parity. But hey, look at where he sends the ball. I think I don't know how it will feel if they lose this game entirely. This is one of the chances they will go back to the drawing board, watch themselves, and will be like, how? So I think it's part of the game. Chances are squandered, chances are scored. So there is nothing to worry about. It's part of the game. Both teams, they've had some good chances. They couldn't bury them. So this is another moment they've also squandered.
This is another moment. Frank, Hamad, glorious opportunity.
He will be kicking himself for at least testing Nwabali from the post. But the longer he stays at 2-1, Tanzania will be having the momentum on their side, thinking they might at least get a point from the game. And Nigeria, after going 2-1 up,
we'll only do 3 minutes of additional time.
But Nigeria, after going 2-1 up, haven't actually created enough. They've not actually tested the Tanzanians, and it's been all Tanzania. Although they are not creating the chance, but they've actually taken possession. But they are yet to also create enough chances to get the equalizer. But like you said, there have been late goals since the start of the tournament. So I won't be surprised if we get another late goal here.
Can we get another late goal? We've already done 2 minutes of the additional time. So this could be the final attack. But the ball is safely in the hands of Nigeria, who keep switching from left to right, because the best way to defend for some coaches is to attack, is to keep the ball. Because if you have the ball, you are controlling the game. But some coaches also disagree.
The best way to defend is to defend. I mean,
yes. Some also disagree that the best way to defend is to defend. But
unless you are Pep Guardiola, who can get the triangles wherever their players are.
Even in the Premier League, he changed.
Yeah.
Did you see the Champions League final against Inter after Rodri's goal in, I think, around the 57th or 58th minute? So, Man City defended throughout.
And so the best way to defend is to actually defend.
Is to defend. So referee might need to end the game any moment from now. Referee Beida, Daniel Beida from the Republic of Mauritania. Game being played at the Complex Sportif de Fès, 45,000 capacity. But there are so many empty seats in the stadium.
So many. And I don't know why the Moroccans aren't trooping inside the stadium. And this is not the first incident of empty stadium since Morocco played the opener where the stands were full. We've actually seen not too many fans gather to watch the subsequent games after the opener, and it's quite worrying. And CAF should get to have a look at it.
CAF will have to do something about this, but ladies and gentlemen, it is all over at the Complex Sportif de Fès. Super Eagles of Nigeria They've won the game by 2-1. Ademola Lookman announcing himself with a brilliant goal with the left foot just outside the box. Nothing, absolutely nothing goalkeeper Foba could do to stop that particular ball from entering the net. And it had just been a minute or two that Mboa had equalized for Tanzania. So after 11 games in the African Cup of Nations from 1980, 2019, 2023, and 2025, Tanzania is still waiting for their first goal in the African Cup of Nations. Guys, 4-time, Nigeria 2, Tanzania 1.
Well, a good game, another AFCON night, and they've given us a very good action. Nigeria playing against Tanzania, a top giant versus Emino, and we've seen how Tanzanians, they came on in the second half very, very strongly and also find some feats against the Nigerians. They made things very difficult and tough for the Super Green Eagles in the second half. After getting the equalizer, they were in the game, making sure they could probably find the important goal that will yield them the 3 important points before Nigeria, with all their Arsenal's star-studded team, they came back strongly. They had the important goal, and since then, we saw how the Tanzanians also control the game whenever they have the ball, and also Nigeria also defended one way or the other in some of the chances they also conceded from the attacking third of Tanzania. So all in all, I think it's been an interesting game, a very good game. The competition has just started, and it will take shape gradually, game after game, week after week. We will see changes in terms of turnout. We will see changes in terms of the atmosphere. A lot of things will change going forward. So this time, teams are managing gains to gather points that would probably scale them through to the next round of the tournament. So you will not even see the seriousness of certain players. You will see certain players elevating in the competition from the knockout phases, because over here, when you are playing the group stages matches, you manage to build points that would push you through to the next stage of the competition. Then in the knockout phases, you pour all your heart out and your last blood to win games, and from a stage 1 to the other, that is the knockout stages proper. So group stages, you might even win a game and still have the opportunity to make it into the next stage. You will have a team finishing at the bottom or finishing among the last, the third best, and might end up winning the tournament. So this time, I think we should just, calm down a bit with some of these individual players. We've been watching them in the various European scene. We will be anticipating to see their skills, their drills, in fact, they are from their clubs representing the national teams just one week now. So we should give them time. A lot will change going forward. It has not been bad at all from last Sunday when the competition started. It has not been bad at all. The games all we've witnessed is the African thing, and we live to see how the entire competition comes to a close. And I think it will be a memorable one. It will be one to remember in the future, and we can only hope so. But turnout, as we are saying, we are in a festive season. A lot of African countries, even though the competition is going on in an Arabic country, but the West Africans and the other Central Africans, we are all celebrating the Christmas. So turnout is a major problem, and sponsors are on board. They will look at all this to make provision for the next one. So I think that going forward, group stages match, let's see, others will lure in their supporters after they had booked their ticket
into the next stage. Supporters will come. So let's see from the group stages and also from the last round of games and from the round of 16 going, we will see a lot of changes so far as coverage and everything is concerned. But it has been a very good game we've watched from these two teams. They've given us another solid match after 90 minutes.
All right, Frank, 90 minutes.
Like Robbie has said, it's a good game. It was actually a good game. But, you know, Nigeria will take the points. It wasn't a very commanding, you know, play from Nigeria. But at times, teams have actually lost the first games and gone on to win tournaments. But the first win at tournament is very, very important because it gives you the time to relax going into the second game. You wouldn't want to overthink too much because you have already secured your first 3 points. So I think no matter how the game was, Chezo and his players will be very glad that they actually got the 3 points. And for Tanzania, I think they came into the game with a game plan, but unfortunately they came up against very good players, very good attacking players in the likes of Lukman, Osimhen, and then in the midfield too, they weren't too beaten. They actually had their chances, but they say the time that you score a goal is your most vulnerable time, and it showed one after they scored the goal. They scored the equalizer in the 50th minute. 2 minutes later, they were behind again, and that actually shows how vulnerable teams become when they score a goal. Going up next, they would want to play. I would be very glad if they stick to their game plan. They actually at times in the game got played better than Nigeria, but there were chances that they couldn't take. And that last chance that the defender blazed over the bar, if he had actually settled, calmed his nerves down, and then blasted the ball, he could have salvaged a point against a very good Nigerian side, and they would have been very happy going into at the end of the game with just a point against a very good Nigeria side again. But Nigeria, they wouldn't care how the game went as long as the 3 points is concerned. They will be thinking that they are almost through, since there will be a third best place finish for. So they will be thinking ahead of the knockout stages now. And Chazelle, I hope in the next game there will be a better improvement. They were good, but against the Tanzanian side, I expected a much more dominant display. After the second goal from Lukman, there weren't any better chances from Nigeria. They allowed Tanzania to take the control of the game, and against any better side, if you do that, well, we will say maybe if it had been a better side, Nigeria wouldn't have sat back and taking the pressure. But you wouldn't know, and against maybe a better side, if you sit back like this, you are going to be punished. And they nearly got punished by the defender that blazed the ball over the bar. But 3 points, they've secured it. That's the most important thing. And Chazelle will be happy that they've secured the 3 points. It will actually calm nerves down in Nigeria also. They are very eager to show the Africans, maybe the world, and even especially Ghanaians, that they can rub shoulders with the Black Stars. Because if they win this tournament, that will be their 4th title. And when Ghana won 4, Nigeria, I think, had won just 1. Yeah. But we've sat down, and now they are just a tournament win away to equalizing the whole, of our tournament. So they wouldn't care as long as they've taken the 3 points. Kudos to them. Lukman especially showed how a good player he is. And I forgot to mention Iwobi. He got onto the stage as a winger when Arsene Wenger brought him to Arsenal as a young chap, and it didn't actually work. But then he sat down, and now he's gone into midfield, and it looks like he was actually born to be a midfielder. You wouldn't even know that he was once a winger. And today he showed with his passes and the assists a very good cross. Like, take nothing away from the cross. You get to see this kind of crosses from the Alexander Arnolds and the Cavahas, but he showed that he also can deliver such crosses when the need arises, and he showed it perfectly. Another leader in the team. And Tanzania, I wish them well, but I think it will be very difficult going to their next games. And Nigeria, all the best and a very good win for Nigeria.
A very good win for Nigeria. Now let's delve into this one right quick. So guys, Nigeria's next game will be on Saturday. In fact, Tanzania will take on the Cranes of Uganda. Nigeria will take on the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. One of the big games of the group stage.
A quarter-final, a semi-final match.
Yes,
Nigeria, Tunisia.
At least a round of 16.
Yeah, Nigeria, Tunisia. I think it will be another difficult one, and that will be where I think Nigeria will be tested from these Tunisians. They have a very good team. They have a very, very good team, and if you cast your mind back and how they managed to secure their World Cup qualification, the performances they showcased, it was just top notch. Tunisia, Morocco, Algeria. In fact, during the World Cup qualification, they were just in blistering form, scoring teams left, right, and center with avalanche of goals. So I think they will expose other part of Nigeria. The other part of Nigeria will be exposed by the Tunisians, and the Tunisians also. Now they also have a game to play this evening. Yeah. So I think Tunisia, Uganda. It will be a game. It will be a very difficult one. I think Tunisia will dominate play. Uganda will seem like how Tanzania played against Nigeria. And the game, the odds are favoring Tunisia to win this particular one. So it will be a hard-fought victory for Tunisia if they are going to win the game entirely. Then from there, I think the results between Tunisia and Uganda will also have certain effects in the next round of games. So it's going to be an interesting fixtures in the second round of games, so far as the group games, comes to play. And of course, the Uganda, Tanzania, two national teams, they look alike in so many ways. The quality of materials, in fact, where their players ply their trades, the name of their players, the level of their players. So it will be one of ping, then 1-1, 2-2, they will move on. But I think Uganda have a little edge over Tanzania.
Oh yeah,
Uganda have it.
In terms of even their experience in the AFCON.
Yes, in the AFCON, even the World Cup qualifications, in fact they have a little edge over Tanzania. But what the Tanzanians have showed, they showed this performance because it is Nigeria. Yeah. And teams like this, the middle table, they cite themselves whenever they are meeting A-list teams. So sometimes their performance will just make you take some decisions, especially the investors. I will, on any given day, won't judge, won't look at this performance being showcased by Tanzania going into their game against Uganda. Uganda will put them in their rightful place. So I think we have interesting fixtures ahead of us, and we're still alive and enjoying the AFCON 2025 happening live in Morocco.
All right, so we enjoy the AFCON happening live in Morocco, and that is what we are going to see. But then I want to read some messages before we bounce. Afola B. David says, even okay, so this one is earlier. Ray says Niger never carry last. Okay, Baba Tunde Oluwasegun. How can we watch your match? That one, unless you go and pay subscription. Ken Moroga, this Niger keeper should keep the goal and not be a coach. He considered the first goal because he was looking the other way, commanding someone else. I think that was exactly what happened. The goalkeeper and then the defense, there was some sort of miscommunication between them. Samuel Abimbola says the coach's removal of Chukwueze and Moses Akpo spoiled the tempo of the game, and the Tanzanians started gaining possession. Olademije, that ref is a real do. He does not want Super Eagles to win. I don't really know the mistakes the referee made in the game. But let me do a quick, belated birthday. This one, if not for Mrs. Van der Poel, like I no go do, but because of Mrs. Van der Poel, I will do this. Okay. So on your screen is Henry Roxen Van der Poel Jr. Yes, Henry Roxen Van der Poel Jr. From the person who sent me this said, yes, Henry, your message is from your mom, Mrs. Dorcas Van der Poel. Yes, this message is from your mom, Mrs. Dorcas Van der Poel, and then your dad, yes. But the reason why I'm wearing this and not my usual, suit is that I went to a wedding. I went to a wedding. Wedding is good, marriage is good. So, Kobia, you and Frank, when are you getting married? I want a wide shot. Put it on them.
Me, I'm married.
When are you guys getting married?
I've not decided yet. No. In fact, it is not part of my 1 to 100 plans as of today. Marriage.
I'm just hoping the young lady is watching. Dear young lady, if you are watching, Mr. Champo.
Oh, I think marriage, like you said, but it depends.
You just said you are married.
No, I'm coming. You walk now, you go and see a new girl, and all of a sudden you would want to marry.
Just said no. You
I'm just saying
it's not about.
Don't speak for him.
No, I'm just saying you can't never say never in a way like you said. You said it's not part of his.
I'm not finding myself in any difficult sin of not getting a woman.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, as for him, he said it's not part of his 100 things that yes. Yeah. But you,
okay, media, it's part. Me, I want to get married. Actually, I'm married. I'm married. Although I don't wear a ring, I'm married. I'm staying with my wife and yeah, so yeah, I'm married.
Oh, okay. All right.
We've done traditional stuff and all. Yeah,
okay. So that is. Then we should be adding Mr. So that is Frank.
So that was just by the way, but
no.
I'm not like I marriage is good.
Yes.
Having someone to. They say two heads are better than one.
I don't like the shot you are giving me.
That one.
Put the thing on the married man, not white.
They say two heads are better than one.
Yes.
You go to the house, you can't think of something. You just text or you see your wife. Oh, this is what went on when I was going to work. I had this difficulty, and Papa, you've already solved it. So
it's good. It's good, but
it's good to marry. It's actually good to marry, and
I have
I would want
100 plans. I'm not done with them. At the moment I finishes.
Oh, media. If I get.
As for media, media in the discussion. Me yet do be.
I said in your
Me my own. I'm doing some doby.
You
don't have to get money to get married.
No. Money.
No, you don't have to get plenty money before you get married.
See, do you know the reason why he's saying that? Because his wife is rich.
Okay.
No.
And the good news about his own is that when his wife melts his money, small money, when the wife melts that money, will be plenty here.
Okay.
So as for him, but me, I'm saying that I'm working on some deal. Be like, even if the deal hits today,
the next morning.
The next morning.
I'm just saying.
I'm coming to see your parents.
Money shouldn't be the decider.
If my deal hits like Just
and is she also ready for?
So are you saying in 100? I'm not saying I'm not going to get it, but like in maybe
no. I'm saying
5 years
no,
and
I'm
it's
saying
not
that
come out. You will
in
be
the
there.
in the next, like what I'm saying that deal, if it comes, yes, that is the kind of deal. You see, that's always been my dream that I won't work on Mondays. Mondays I'll go and play golf. Or go and play. Yes, it has always been my dream that I won't work on Mondays. Okay. So if that deal goes through, I can on Mondays I will just wake up and send the editor-in-chief message that I'm not coming. I'm not coming. And there's nothing you can do because
you just
too much money.
You send yourself out the Accra Sports Stadium. You go and have some feel of the lawn tennis and
then
you
but then
yourself up.
My very good friend Ernestina Sewa Asante and then Francis, we normally call him Alfafa. Yes, they tied the knot today. A very beautiful ceremony in Dansoman, and that is the new Mr. and Mrs. You are seeing on your screen. Yes, that is Ernestina Sewa Asante. Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Diggy Gas. G.D. Gas. Mr. and Mrs. Ernestina and then Sewa. From all of us, and Ernestina is my colleague here on the business desk here at GhanaWeb. So from all of us, we say congrats, Yabroni, and may God bless your new home. We'll be in the studio again on Saturday when Nigeria take on the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. We'll bring you that particular game. Thanks to the entire production crew led by Richard Van der Poy, Kwame Tablet, doing the sound, Alex, Francis, AEC, Tony, Kelvin, and me. Who is there? Me. Yes, from all of us, thank you very much. Lawrence Kobe Asante, and then Mr. Frank Kama, a champion. I just got to know that Frank is a married man. So from all of us, from you and then those in the newsroom, yes, certain level of. My name is Joel Eshen. It's been an exciting time tonight. Nigeria 2, Tanzania 1. We'll meet again on Saturday.